Folks, when are the gun grabbers going to understand that you can't stop the actions of a crazy person bent on murder by limiting the freedoms of law-abiding citizens? Hi folks, Van Prepper here. Make no mistake about it. The events that took place yesterday in Virginia, the shooting of the cameraman and this anchor woman and the person that they were interviewing, is frightening. It's horrible by any stretch of the imagination. There's no way to come up with any other conclusion. But that doesn't mean that the things that are being said now by the usual suspects in the gun grabbing community make any sense. They sit around waiting for the next shooting with the same bills that have already been written, the same talking points that they have been waiting to regurgitate over and over and over again at the slightest sign that the public in general might be afraid enough to listen to what they have to say. And it really is a frustrating thing as a law-abiding citizen and a Second Amendment and freedom advocate. It is frustrating as all get out to sit around and watch the very predictable result or aftermath of one of these shootings. The bodies hadn't even cooled yet, and Hillary Clinton and Governor McAuliffe and Barack Obama, our president, all came out with their statements about how we need more gun control and we need to act now. There's no more time. There's never any more time. That's the modus operandi of the gun grabber and the progressive liberal in general, is that you have to act right now because there's no more time. They use fear tactics. Let me look at specifically what Governor McAuliffe said yesterday, because I found it very insulting and frustrating. He came out with his statement advocating for these universal background checks. Governor McAuliffe, I would ask you and anyone advocating for these universal background checks, one, what evidence do you have that this person didn't get their gun by using the background check system? And two, why do you think automatically that somehow these background checks that are going to take place only to people who go through the legal avenues to get their firearms are going to affect people who are heck bent on causing destruction and murdering other people? Okay, violating that little background check thing is not really a moral dilemma for somebody who has already made the decision that they're going to go out and shoot somebody. Okay, murder is just about as extreme an act as you can plan to do. And once you've come to the point that you've decided you're going to commit one murder or more than one murder, pretty much the gun-free zones and the background checks and whatever other nonsensical things that these politicians come up with are not really going to have any effect whatsoever. It's not like somebody who's going to commit a murder is going to stop and say, oh, I can't buy this gun because this guy's giving it to me out of a van, and, well, I wouldn't be doing a background check, and that's just illegal. The murder, I'm okay with being illegal, but skipping the background check part, I just can't do that. That's too much. And it's also not like somebody who's going somewhere to commit murder or mass murder is going to step onto a thing with their plan to murder people already, a plan that usually involves the idea that they've already understood their life is over at that point, is going to stop and say, oh, whoops, gun-free zone, I can't go there. They've got a gun-free sign up. It's a gun-free zone. I better turn around and go home and skip the murdering for today. These ideas are stupid. They're tired. And quite frankly, I am sick and tired of hearing them. I'm sick of the same opportunistic, uncaring, really users of tragedy stepping up every time one of these things happen. Now, I live in New York State, and I am guessing that any day now, the hyper gun-grabbing insanity that is New York State is going to come up with some other reaction, much as they did with Sandy Hook in the SAFE Act. They'll come up with something based on this tragedy yesterday, some reason that we need, safe storage or whatever other nonsense they're going to saddle law-abiding citizens with. And it really is frustrating. It's angering, it's annoying, and it absolutely is an infringement on the rights of people who those rights are unalienable. I'm sorry. You can't infringe on them just because you have an irrational fear of firearms. Deal with the actual problem. Don't deal with solutions that have nothing to do with the problem. I'm Van Prepper. If you like what you see in this video, click that subscribe button up there. As always, you can find me on Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and of course right here on YouTube if you want to check out my channel. In any survival situation, folks, never forget, you don't just want to survive, you want to thrive. Happy shooting, everybody.